Hey guys, Prowl1701 here, and today we're going to be reviewing Revelation of the Daleks Part 1. Now, I have seen Revelation of the Daleks before, but it was a long time ago, and I'm not sure if I've seen it once or twice. But it was probably back around 2008 to 2010, somewhere up in there. It's been a long while, and it was very vague in my head. I remember the ending, which, of course, of Part 1 we haven't gotten to yet. I remember it pretty well, and I remember the DJ. God, do I remember the DJ. We'll talk more on that later. Right off the bat, I really like the incidental music. It's really good in a lot of places. The fight at the beginning between the Doctor and the kind of mutant-looking guy, the music there is really good, really gets the blood pumping. It really helps the scene, and I like that. There are scenes when the man and the woman who's trying to find her dad, and the man with her who's the Doctor, when they're running down hallways. There's some good stuff going on with the music there I really enjoyed. Overall, I really did like the incidental music. I think I like the 6th Doctor's incidental music better than the 5th Doctor's. The 5th Doctor has this synth sound incidental music that I don't always care for, whereas the 6th Doctor's, I don't know, a lot of time, in some stories at least, like this one, it just gets the blood pumping, and I like that. I've talked about how in Mysterious Planet I also like the incidental music to that one a lot. The makeup on the mutant guy looks really good. It gives you that proper reaction of, ooh, which is what it should do. So I got to give props for that, especially for Classic Who. It looks really impressive. It does have a lot of those moments at the beginning that had me going, kind of making me jump a little, like when the hand reaches out of the water and grabs the biscuit. I was like, whoa. And then when the water just like explodes, I was like, whoa. And then when the Doctor's trying to hypnotize the guy and he's like, now what's on your mind? The guy's like, rah! I was like, whoa. And that whole little fight when they're rolling around and he's trying to strangle the Doctor, I'm just like, holy crap, there's a lot going on right here. Again, this was very vague in my head. I didn't remember all of it. I like the scene with the glass Dalek when she finds her father and he's like midway being turned into a Dalek. One, just the makeup on him looks really good. He looks like he's transitioning into a Dalek. That's impressive. That looks better than when Clara's being turned into a Dalek. The makeup there of the glass Dalek, of the half-formed shell, and the way his voice keeps switching between his own and a Dalek voice, and how he keeps switching between being a human and being a Dalek with the things he's saying. Not only is the makeup on that superb, the writing there is superb. It's a really good scene, to the point where he's like, you have to kill me, and then she has to take the gun and blast him. And then it cuts right back to the DJ. Oh, the fucking DJ. I hate the DJ. The DJ should not be in this story, at least, especially in Part 1. It's like he's filler. This is a good story. It's got a lot of dark themes going on in it, and it has a lot of really good moments that's making it top-tier Doctor Who. And then it cuts to the DJ, and it's like trying to swim up to water, or it's trying to swim up to the top of the ocean to break your head out, to get a breath of oxygen with an anchor tied around your feet. It just pulls you back down. The guy playing him, who I'm guessing in real life is a comedian, he comes across as a comedian, but he treats the role as if it's a comedic role, and he's irksome. One, anytime when he's looking dead at the camera, it looks like he's got like some kind of glaze or haze, like Vaseline or something smeared on it. I don't know what it is. Looks all hazy and dreamlike, and he's looking dead at the camera, talking in all these different voices and all these different outfits, and it's dumb. It's dumb. It makes Power of Kroll look Oscar-worthy and BAFTA-worthy. Dumb. And remember who's saying that here. It's bad. So the whole time I'm like, why is he here? Why is Dalros tolerating that? Why hasn't he killed him already? And why is he in the episode from a writing standpoint? Is it to pad it out? And every time I'm going through that, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can punch my fist through the screen, have my fist go through the screen, transverse all the way back to 1985 when this is being filmed, come out of the camera filming the guy and hit him in the face. Because if I can pull that off, ooh, because he's so annoying. Because He's sitting there talking about all of his crazy DJ stuff, and I'm sitting here going, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. And then it gets finally back to the actual story, and I'm like, the problem is it keeps cutting back to the DJ. I couldn't remember if the DJ gets killed in part 1 or part 2. I remember he gets killed by one of the Daleks. And I couldn't remember which one he gets killed in. And I'm sitting here playing my own version of Press Your Luck going, part 1, no part 2s, no part 2s, part 1, stop! Fortunately, he's still alive at the end of part 1. I like how Davros has just been kind of reduced to the head. Again, I've seen part 2. I know what happens there. But just going off part 1, it's a nice little setup they do, because the last time we'd seen him in Resurrection of the Daleks, he had contracted that little virus that was going around. And the last we'd seen of him, I am not a Dalek. It looked like he was succumbing to the virus. So it makes sense from a narrative standpoint that the only thing that might have been salvageable was his head. So it makes sense in the context of that. Again, I've seen part 2. I know how that turns out. The one guy who, like, runs the funeral home, let's call it. The kind of guy with the toupee, the orange hair, the mustache, and the glasses. To his credit, he takes his job very seriously. He is very dedicated. That guy, the actor playing him, I don't know if he takes the role 100% seriously. It's a little comedic in the way he does it. But I still find it intriguing, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word. But as I'm watching the character, I'm like, I don't think this guy has ever gotten laid before. And to be fair, the character seems like someone that has no interest in getting laid. To be fair. It just looks like this guy is really all about the work. He's that guy that if he was married and he was working on, if he was preparing work the next day and his wife's like, hey honey, come to bed, he'd be like, no, go to sleep, I'm busy working. And of course his wife would call up one of her other friends and be like, hey, can I come over? And that's a whole nother story. Fellas, if your wife says, hey, come to bed, go to bed. Or else she'll find someone else who will go to bed. But yeah, that's how that guy comes across to me. He doesn't even notice that the other woman is interested in him, obviously, the little one right under him. He strikes me as someone who doesn't notice if it could be Perry staring at him and he'd be like, why are you interrupting me? I'm working. It's just, I don't know. I can't imagine being that focused on your work. That can't be a real person. I don't know. Just an interesting character. Again, I don't know if interesting is the right word. I enjoyed part 1. The ending, the cliffhanger doesn't work for me just because the little statue thing looks so fake. So fake. The little thing that looks like Colin. I remembered that scene of him thinking, that's how I am now. I thought I had some regenerations left in me. When it's collapsing on him, it just doesn't look real. And part of it's because the actual little slab just doesn't look real. So at the cliffhanger, I'm laughing more than I am taking it seriously, and I don't think that's the job of a cliffhanger. I do like his little Necros cloak, though. His little blue cloak. And I like how he gets on to her about breaking his watch, and he's like, it's fine. So yeah, I enjoyed part 1. Again, the music really helps it a lot. I'm looking forward to watching part 2. Looking forward to that part where the DJ gets killed. Because I have a feeling that's going to be my second favorite death in all of Doctor Who. It's going to be my favorite death in all of Doctor Who that doesn't involve someone named Clara. Because, man, that guy is probably the most annoying person in all of Doctor Who that's not named Clara. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to part 2. So, yeah, part 1 of Revelation of the Daleks. Pretty good, for the most part. Just has a couple little things pulling it down. Those are called the DJ. Other than that, really good story. I like where it's going. Very dark stuff. Oh, I do like, what's her name? Eleanor Braun? Is she from Blake 7? No, I take it back. I think the one from Blake 7 is Pierce, Miss Pierce from Two Doctors. That's right. Eleanor Braun. Was she the one that also had the cameo in City of Death with John Cleese? Someone remind me of that. The one playing the woman in here that's hiring the assassin to kill Davros. Is she the one that had that little cameo with John Cleese in City of Death? Eleanor Braun, I think that's her name. I wonder. I'm not sure. It looks kind of like her. Exquisite. And then I like the guy playing the assassin with the leg and the little guy with him. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. I don't remember all of part 2. I remember the final scene. I know they all confront Davros there at the end, but looking forward to watching part 2. I might get on to part 2 as soon as this is over. So that's been my thoughts on part 1 of Revelation of the Daleks. I like it. With just a few flaws. It's not as good as Resurrection, of course. Resurrection's the best 80s Dalek story easily. Not sure if this one's going to beat Remembrance or not. Remembrance has the little girl that annoys me, but Remembrance doesn't have the DJ that annoys me. Anyway, I'd like to know what you think of part 1 of Revelation of the Daleks. So comment down below and let me know. Other things to do, go ahead and click the like button and the subscribe button if you've enjoyed this video and enjoy watching my content. That helps me out, and I certainly appreciate it. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me that way. There's a link to that down in the description below if you take a few seconds and check that out. I want to give a special thank you to 2 of my top-tier patrons, Stephen Crane and the 5th Doctor. I appreciate their support, as I appreciate the support of all of my patrons. Thank you. I have a P.O. box down there as well if there's anything you would like to send me. I also have a link to my Amazon wish list as well, which I update regularly. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.